go ahead and download it. No big deal. And it kind of goes over what a loop schedule is. But talk to us about your daily plan. What's your struggle? I'd love to hear more. And then, oh, good. Okay. Did you, my Driftless Home, I am only going to have my Beautiful Feet Books coupon code for 2 more weeks. So if you're going to buy from them, no pressure, but if you're going to buy from them, definitely do it while I still have the coupon code for you, because in 2 weeks, they're not even going to be in my link tree anymore. Yeah. So, and I love them. We are doing Around the World this year, and I love them so much. It's just, it's not curriculum sales season, so they don't need people to be talking about their curriculum in kind of the off season. So I get a break, they get a break. Okay, let's see. Good. Okay, good. Wait.
Okay, YouTube and Facebook are live.
Okay, apparently YouTube and Facebook are live. Oh, Instagram is. Scott's trying to work out technical difficulties over here. Everyone say hi to Scott. We got married in December. How many years ago? 24?
Chill.
23 years ago? 24.
23.
23. Yeah.
Chelsea.
Not long enough, babe.
Chelsea on Instagram said, I used your code and loved the books.
Yay, Chelsea, you used my BFB code. BFB stands with how we call Beautiful Feet Books. Yay. I have, so my code for them is only going to be on my link tree for another 2 weeks. We don't need to talk about that, but just want you to know. I don't know anyone who's homeschooling. Am I too early to be planning your 2-year-old? No, you are not. Not whatsoever. What is your username? Are you a coach or something? Are you a counselor? Oh my goodness. Okay. No, because you're going to start gentle preschool at 3. Absolutely. Yeah. You can definitely start planning, looking at some preschool curriculum options. Now, don't go crazy, because preschool is really all about play, exploring. The most important thing you can do when you're homeschooling your preschooler is answer every question, like thoroughly, because they're so curious. Scott says, do you want me to get mounted back on? You guys should see this mounting situation that we have. I hope I don't lose you guys. Wait, don't go anywhere. Just be patient for just a second. Oh. I'm here. Don't go anywhere. I want to answer your preschool question. Let me take a drink of my coffee. What are you guys drinking tonight? Coffee. Believe it or not, mine's caffeinated. It does not affect me anymore. I can drink a caffeinated drink at 10 p.m. and it's fine. Hi, everybody. Okay. Did it work?
I think we're good.
Ish? Okay. Yay. How's that, you guys? Did it work? Okay, so what are we on? We're on YouTube?
We're on YouTube. We're on
Instagram.
And we're on TikTok.
And we're on TikTok.
And Lonica had cinnamon tea.
Lonica, cinnamon tea. Oh, good. Good. This is, I put some hot cocoa powder in my coffee. So, okay, I want to go back. Oh, someone's drinking Dr. Pepper. Girl, I love Dr. Pepper. I don't think I had a Dr. Pepper this summer. I love Dr. Pepper. And I never drink it. Okay, I want to go back to the preschool because this is so important. Anyone with toddlers to the age of 4, listen up, okay? It's so important that you do not do heavy academics for your preschool. They've actually done studies. The latest one was out of Germany, that when you do hardcore academics, the long-term results backfire, okay? There is statistical evidence that supports this. What you want your child to be doing during these preschool years is exploring, having fun, and what you want. You know you've been successful if your child has wonder. Wonder. That's what you're looking for. It's actually what you're looking for throughout your homeschooling years, but especially in those early years. Can you do early phonics? Of course. Can you do early counting skills? Of course. You should be, I don't want to ever say the word should, like you should be doing this. Consider reading out loud every day, which I'm sure you're already doing, right? You're probably already doing that, but getting your hands on the most beautiful children's books that you can possibly find from the library. And if you love one, if this is a policy I do, is I'll often get something from the library, and if I absolutely love it, then and I'm like, okay, this is worthy of being in my home library, I ask myself, am I going to want this for my grandkids to read? And then because that stops me, because I can go crazy. Like literally I can spend my kids' entire college money on books. Okay, another question.
Julie,
Did I encourage you with the preschool stuff, you guys?
Julie said this is so helpful. I was debating letting my 4-year-old start kinder because she wants to.
No, no, don't. Okay, you guys, do you guys know my background? I've been in education for over 20 years. Okay, it's better to wait. You don't want to, because what happens is when you start your child on academics too young, you end up pulling your hair out. And learning is a constant struggle. If you just wait till their brain is there, learning is like it happens in a snap. And what our schools do is our schools decide what a kid should know by what age and what month. And every human being on the face of the earth is different. Why do people accept this as acceptable? That, oh, your kid didn't do this by the second month of second grade, therefore they're behind. It's just, it boggles my mind. Kids don't walk all at the same day. Kids don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I would, in my professional opinion, I would not start, even if I have an advanced child, I would not start kindergarten at 4. I would wait. And I even did 2 years of kindergarten for my girls who were 5. They weren't behind at all. They were absolutely ready. And part of it was a little selfish. I was just picturing them leaving my home. I wanted them to leave my home if they go away to college a year later because keep in mind, I've been in education for so many years, and a lot of the students that we taught all the way through, like through 12th grade. And so I was able to see front and center the maturity levels of these teenagers going off to college. And it just made me I'd rather send an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old away to college than a 17-year-old. Yeah.
Megan Cox.
Hi, Megan.
Very sweet. She says,
how are you?
Where are we here? Oh, love your content, love your videos. You are gorgeous. And she says, what are some of your favorite Christmas books? I'm old. Okay, someone just asked me Christmas books. Seriously. Okay. Well, one, I wrote a Holly and Ivy. One of my favorites is The Story of Holly and Ivy. If you go to my link tree, I have a 5-day study on it that gives you activities, recipes, discussion questions, also a very living books approach to doing holiday books. In December, we do not do any of our standard literature like in our curriculum. All of our literature is Christmas books. It's because I love it. I want my kids to have magical memories of Decembers. I want my kids, when they're adults, to think back on the holiday season and just view it as one of the most magical times of their lives growing up. And so I am a little extra. Free. I don't know if you guys got it, but you guys know Mary Wilson and Colleen Kessler. The three of us got together and made an Advent calendar that gives you already planned out activities to do each day of December. Grab that. It's totally free. And I was the one that put together all of the crafts. I made sure that for every craft, one, that it was simple, but two, that it was appropriate for each age level. So there's a craft appropriate for littles, all the way up to a craft that a high schooler would love. And that is the Advent, it's in my link tree. It's called Advent Calendar. What do we call it? Can't remember the name of it. Advent Countdown? Do any of you know? What did I name that thing? Mary named it. Advent countdown, whatever. It's free. It's free, and we planned everything for you. So grab that. And then, okay, let's talk Christmas books. Oh my goodness. There's so many that I love. Yes. Oh, I should just tell you guys to go there. My Amazon store. I put all of my favorites in my Amazon store, and there's even a button that says Christmas books. So, yeah. And maybe my next live, I'll go down and I'll get my favorites and tell you why each one is my favorite. That might be fun. Okay.
Kiana says, I can't get my 6-year-old to want to learn at all. He's very willful.
Okay. Kiana, totally normal. My first question that I would ask you is, what curriculum are you using? Is that not a fit for, is it a boy or a girl, did she say?
Boy.
A boy. Is it not a fit for him?
Sunlight.
Oh, sunlight. Okay. Interesting. And how long have you been homeschooling? He's in what?
6 years. 6 years old.
Oh, okay. So sometimes sunlight can be heavy and long. So what I would make sure, if you have a child that is really resistant to learning, one of the first things I advise parents to do in my consultations and things like that is keep it to the basics. Keep it to making sure their reading is on level and making sure their math is on level and making sure you're reading out loud every day. But other than that, let it be interest-led, because especially at your child's age, the material is immaterial, if that makes sense. What's the most important is this child falling in love with learning. Sometimes children there's a lot of reasons why children are reluctant to learn. Sometimes they're reluctant to learn because they struggle with perfectionism and they don't want to fail. Sometimes they're, reluctant to learn because it's hard. There might be an underlying learning issue going on. So there are a lot of reasons why what comes off as resistance, there's usually like an underlying reason behind it that just by observing, you can kind of explore and help your child with the words, because he's really young. So help him with the words to express, like, is this hard? What's hard about this? Even down to, we have had kids who were so resistant to learning, and we found out that it was a vision issue, and that wasn't diagnosed until like 6th grade, that this kid, it was like painful to read, like physically painful to read, this kid's whole life, right? And so when he got proper trained, he had to go through like therapies, and it totally turned his life around. So there are so many reasons. This is so this is why I started my community, which it started just last week, because if I knew your kid, and we could have this ongoing conversation, we could figure it out. We could, okay, try this. Maybe it's time your kid gets tested after I've known you like 2-3 months and we've kind of hit our head against the wall. This is what I used to do my entire career for a living, is I problem solved academic issues. I actually solved them for schools. I would read IEPs, solve the problems, advise the parents, hire the specialists, do the remediations myself. If you're interested in homeschooling in community with me and on a regular basis being able to access my advice and my expertise and other mentoring homeschool moms that are farther along with you, in my link tree there is a link that explains what my group is all about. And we're now in the founding members phase. Anyone here in my group, by the way? Anyone here? Let me know if you are. We're in the founding members phase, and it's going to be open until about December 15th before I close it. But basically what that is it's my people who are agreeing to start this thing with me, and we kind of work out the kinks together. Like just today, we were trying to figure out when our second Zoom meeting should be. We already have a standing Zoom meeting every Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Like if you sign up tonight, you'll be able to Zoom with me tomorrow at noon. I have that for And then we were like working out the kinks. So, and because of that, because my founding members are kind of doing it with me, like starting it together, brainstorming together, working out kinks, I think it's appropriate that you have half price for as long as you're in the group, just as a thank you for being willing to start it with me. So if this is something that you are interested in, if you're feeling lonely, if you're worried that your kid's gonna get behind, if you're worried that your kid's gonna be ruined, if you're worried that you're not doing enough, if you don't have mom friends that you can trust, it might be the group for you. So, okay.
Kendra just said,
Kendra!
Another user, I can't see the username, but she's like, I'm in the group.
Yay!
Awesome.
Yay! Good, good, good. And I got to check back because I need to look at that thread regarding that second Zoom meeting, Kendra. Who's our other person in here in the group? Do you guys, hey, let the ladies know in here. Are you happy in the group so far? I know it's been like 4 days.
Melanie.
Oh, Melanie. Hi. Yay.
Mama, Lion.
Yay. Oh my goodness. I love you guys so much. I'm so excited that I actually get to, Felicia. Oh my goodness. You guys are just so sweet.
Question from Wicked Tingles.
Oh my
Tips for
goodness.
Getting over self-doubt. Constantly wondering if my 7-year-old is learning enough.
Can you repeat that? Hi. I go on a trip and missed a group. Yes, you did, girl. Yes, you did. You need to check your Voxer. Okay? Wait, what was the question? I'm sorry. I'm just seeing my friends.
Wicked Tingles. Tips for getting over self-doubt. Constantly wondering if my 7-year-old is enough.
Okay. If you're struggling with self-doubt, this is the thing that right away in the group, we all started discussing. And I got feedback right away, emails back saying, my main thing is, am I doing enough? What that means, if you are worried about not doing enough, it's because, and we all struggle with this, it's because we only know one way to educate a child, and it's the way we were educated ourselves. It's in the traditional way that is all about information in, information out, like treating human beings and children like they're buckets to be filled, and that information should regurgitate. This concept of learning is only about 150, 200 years old. Before that, in the history of the world, an education was never viewed as purely information. That is from our modern times, our industrial age. I hate to say it, it's from socialist thinkers after World War II. Our public school systems was modeled after the system in Prussia because the government needed their soldiers to comply and not be individuals because they had an issue. Okay, I'm going to explain this history quickly. I'm actually doing this history in the book I'm writing, so it's, But anyway, in World War I, the Prussian soldiers, they acted as individuals. They did not act as a unit, and they did not act as a group, and it concerned the government, and they had to figure out a way to solve that problem so that soldiers did not act individually. Their solution was standardized education. It was so effective, it was adopted by Adolf Hitler, very effectively used by him. He has some really scary quotes. If you get like along the lines of, I'm going to get it wrong, but if you can get the children early and out of their parents' influence, then you have the future, basically, which is true. Children's minds are very moldable. Our government knows this, okay? I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a historian. I'm a trained historian. I have a master's degree in history. So I'm mentioning all of that to encourage you to say, we don't know anyone who has been educated in the way that throughout the times people have been educated. Like Aristotle, Plato, our founding fathers, Thomas Edison. They were not educated in this industrialized way that our kids are educated now. And so we're stuck in this. And that's why the hot term in homeschooling, and I agree with it, is we are all de-schooling. We are all on this journey together, figuring out what it means to educate a child. We know what the school system does is not right, but we can't quite pinpoint why. But we don't like the product of that. But yet, and so we leave it and we go into the homeschooling world. But because we only know one way, it's scary over here. It's super scary wait, you can't see my finger. It's super scary over here because it's not well known. It's kind of like an abyss, and we have to explore it together. And that's one of the main focuses that I really want in my group is we're going to be constantly deschooling ourselves and asking ourselves the right questions so that our kids are well prepared for life and are resilient, loving, kind adults who can accomplish any dream they want because they have a solid education. And what I mean by solid education is not that they know the periodic table of contents or the water cycle or how to spell everything. That's not what makes a well-educated child. I got a little bit on a soapbox.
Oh, you got a lot of love from it.
Okay.
Awake, not woke.
So if you want to de-school with me, check out my link tree. You can join my group. You can join it tonight and be on a Zoom with me face-to-face tomorrow, like where I actually know you and like we become friends. So, okay. Let's answer more questions.
Lonica on Instagram, my 6-year-old isn't loving school and I've been wanting to do homeschool, but I'm scared that I'm not prepared enough for it.
Okay, you have a 6-year-old, you don't need to be prepared. You don't need to be prepared. You just need a really solid, okay, so when you're a brand new homeschooler and you are lost and you don't know what to do, probably the best thing for you to do is to buy, I hate to say this because you won't be doing this forever, but it's to buy a box curriculum where you're kind of buying everything from one company. A good company to buy that from that all beginners seem to love is a company called The Good and the Beautiful. I don't use their stuff, but I respect their stuff. And what I love about The Good and the Beautiful, especially in the younger years, is it's affordable. And it's very focused on the child falling in love with learning without abandoning the basics. And I also like that they use a phonics-based approach to teaching kids to read. We did tons of reading remediation at our center, and you have to use a phonics-based approach to teach your kid to read. So if you have a program where you're drilling your kid with sight words, you need to email me and we need to have a conversation, okay? So, see, and I'm not, that's not, I actually mean email me. I want to help you. Like, email me and say, Christy, all I'm doing every day is drilling my kid with sight word flashcards. What do I need to do? And I will respond with a bunch of options for you.
Brittany Morales asks,
Hi, Brittany.
How do I join your group?
Okay, the way you join my group is you go to my link tree. It's the first button, right? I think it's the first button. But what you need to know about joining my group is that you, right now, because the group is beginning, you are a founding member, okay? The group is launching for realsies in the spring. And at that time in the spring, it's going to be launching for reals at full price. What I'm doing now is I need a group of women that I can trust that will help me work out the kinks together. I already have the group formulated in terms of everything that I'm going to offer. We're going to be doing workshops. Eventually, we're going to be getting experts in to teach us things. We're going to be having discussion groups, all sorts of amazing things. But I need a group of people that I can trust that will help me, advise me, where I can ask questions and say, hey, do you guys like this? Is this a good time for this Zoom or whatever? And so you would be part of a founding member group. As a founding member, you will get half price and that price will stay with you forever for as long as you're in the group. And we're going to have the founding members phase open, I think, until December 15th. I have to close it because I need to really get my head down with our founding members. We need to connect together as a really tight-knit community because we're going to lay this foundation for what's going to be an amazing, revolutionary thing in the homeschool community. But so anyway, if you're interested, if you feel lonely, if you're feeling lost, if you feel like you're not doing enough, if you're hard on yourself, if you feel like you don't have supportive people in your life, this might be the group for you, and it would be a great time to join because it's half off and you'll get to meet me tomorrow. Yeah.
Someone just asked, what's the difference between the monthly membership and the founding member option?
So the founding member is monthly. It's just half off. So when you click the link, you'll see the two options. You'll see the founding members and then the regular price. That regular price, we had to make it now because when we set up the network, that is what will be in February. Don't click on that one. You need to click on the founding members one because that's the half off one. And that is your price for as long as you're in the group. Your price will never, ever go up. It's just as a thank you, and I appreciate you, but I really want people in there that I can trust, that I can mess up with, right? That will be gentle, forgiving. At the same time, I'm making sure the founding members have tons of FaceTime with me weekly, even more, like more than once a week, at least once a week. I'm aiming for more than once a week right off the bat. So you're totally getting your money's worth just with the FaceTime with me. And then we're going to launch it for reals in February. Okay.
Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
You're a homeschooler in a tutor situation.
Oh, okay.
Kindergartner.
Yeah.
How many years are the school days 3 to 4 hours?
Oh, how many years? Oh, yeah, a lot of years.
How many years, like, is it a 3 to 4 hour school day? Should she be doing 3 to 4 hours with a kindergartner?
No, that's too many. That's too much time. I think a kindergartner should be working an hour, hour and a half max. Yeah. What curriculum are you using? I'd love to know. Okay, come on in with your questions, you guys.
Someone just asked, is the group good for preschool moms? I'm just starting out.
Yes. In fact, we already have moms in there that aren't homeschooling yet. I am so excited to have you because you'll get to learn. Well, one, you're going to start homeschooling your 3-year-old. As soon as your first kid turns 3, you're turning into a homeschooler. But it's so wonderful to have you already in there learning and deschooling so that when you start, what often happens is people are scared and inexperienced and they just start when their kid is 3 or start when their kid is 5. And then they end up changing curriculum and doing all of this. So the fact that you can get mentoring before you start, yeah, we already have moms in there that are in your same scenario. Yeah. Which I love. I'm so excited about it.
Okay, cool. Great. Okay. Gosh, there's just so many.
Okay.
Melanie, I'm gonna get to you, Melanie.
Melanie, we're going to get to you. But we can talk about it tomorrow. Melanie's in the group.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so Melanie, if we don't get to you, we'll talk about it tomorrow in the Zoom, okay? Vanessa.
First year homeschooling my 4 kids. Struggling with social, though.
Yes.
I feel my pediatrician isn't happy with it.
Change pediatricians. I've had that too. We don't need that. In fact, you guys, okay, so I think I haven't made like the official announcement yet, but I got a book deal. I'm so excited. I am writing the modern case for homeschooling, but you know who my audience is? Equipping moms to be secure in their decision. I'm using tons of statistics, but one audience that I feel like need to wake up are the experts and professionals that work with children. So I'm talking about pediatricians, child psychologists, child therapists. These groups of people are archaically behind on the research for homeschooling, and sometimes they are the worst culprits of making moms feel less than. I'm so sick and tired of pediatricians doubting homeschool moms, especially when they have the junior hires and high schoolers in complete mental health crisis. They're prescribing meds to those kids once they're in junior high. Like, they don't see the social effects of public schooling or that it can have. It drives me crazy. So one of the things I was telling my publisher was that, like, I want this in the hands of every pediatrician in our nation, because they need to learn. They need to learn how beneficial homeschooling is, and a lot of those myths that they believe about socialization aren't true. So let me give you one statistic. 87% of peer-reviewed studies show that homeschooled children fare better statistically, socially, emotionally, and psychologically. 87% of the studies. Okay, so I would find a new pediatrician, or if you love this pediatrician, I've done this as well to my pediatrician that I had back in California. I said, it was another thing. It was another thing. I said, I am doing this. Here is why. Here's the research. Are you going to be able to support my decision? And she said yes. She took my research. I had 50 pages of research. I had highlighted things for her. And she said yes. And I stayed with her. So, but if your pediatrician doesn't have like a growth mindset, then I would find someone else. There's so many pediatricians in the world. You can find someone that's supportive. Okay, let's go. Was that helpful, you guys?
A ton of love for the book.
I know, you guys, I have a book deal. Wait, can we just stop for a second? I haven't made it official. I kind of just did. I'm writing a book.
Somebody said,
Like, I can't believe it. Like, I'm ready. I am ready, but
Megan said, I'll definitely be buying my mother-in-law her own copy of this book.
you know what, Megan? I will sign her copy. Okay? No, that is not a empty offer. Like, remind me that I said this. I'll probably forget, but because the book is not coming out for another year. But girl, I got you, okay?
Kiana and Angela just joined the...
Kiana and Angela, yay, you joined the group! Woohoo! We'll see you tomorrow on the Zoom. Awesome.
Carolyn asks, what would be an ideal schedule for preschooler, kinder, homeschool day?
I'm sorry. Wait, someone just said seal it with lipstick. Because you know I love lipstick, don't you? I got a new red. And I'm loving it. I think I was wearing the red in a post that I posted tonight. So, anyway, are you hearing those dings, you guys? I feel like I need to silence notifications on my phone. Okay. Can you repeat that one question?
What would be an ideal schedule for a preschool kindergartner day then?
Okay, an ideal schedule for a preschool kindergartner day. All right. Wake up, make your bed. Do you want me to get this detailed? I will. Should I wait for the answer? Because I don't want to be annoying. Wake up, make your bed, come down. My kids do memory work, and they start that in kindergarten. If you want to know what memory work is, ask. My kids start memory work. And then we have breakfast. Sometimes we'll try to get another subject in, like math. And then we have breakfast. After breakfast, we do our chores. And then once the chores are done, and I put on classical music during the chores, part of it is because it keeps them more quiet. I get very overstimulated with sound. And then we go into our morning time. If you want to know what a morning time is, this is something we should talk about in the group. I need to ask the group in the community how many are doing a morning time. We should do a whole thing on morning times. Okay, then we do a morning time, which is just so lovely. And then we break off and each of them do their individual subjects, so reading and math. But in our morning time, that's when we're doing science and history, and we're trading off days, and we're reading out loud. And boom, we're done. Like, we're done, in a couple of hours, like including chores. So, yes. Yeah,
Claudia, party decorations. Any advice on overcoming the feeling of not wanting to be around my kids 24/7?
Yes.
Wanting to homeschool.
Yes. Okay. You guys, I get this a lot, and I think it is completely valid that you are fearful of being around your kids 24 hours a day if you homeschool. The reason why this is a very substantial and significant real fear is because kids are really loud and kids are really messy. And sometimes, even when your kid is gone until 4 p.m., you're done with them by 8, right? And you've only spent a couple of hours with them. The trick to that is boundaries. Boundaries. You teach your children very early to respect your boundaries. And of course, we all respect everyone else's boundaries in the household. I have times of the day where I am not to be disturbed. I actually have a sign that I put on my door. It's kind of a survival mechanism when you're a working homeschool mom, but I think all homeschool moms should have periods in the day where they get to recharge. They get to, even if it's sitting in your bed with coffee and scrolling on TikTok, it's still time that you need in downtime. And then, so that's really the key. The other key that I have found to being able to be around my kids all day is, and this requires a mom to be up for it, okay? You do have to change the way you parent. It's just the reality. And because you have to, when you homeschool, because your kids are around more, you can tolerate a lot less than if your child is gone 7.5 hours a day and then goes to a practice or whatever, and you actually only spend about 2 hours with your kids. You can tolerate a lot more annoying behaviors, poor behaviors, even character flaws than you can if you are around that child all day long. This is just reality. I'm not comparing. I'm not mom shaming. What I am saying is that because I am around my children a lot more, I have had to really step up my parenting game. I've had to, what they say, like, parent your inner child. I have had to address behaviors that, and maybe they come off as like annoying to me, but when I think about them and I think about, okay, if they had this behavior as an adult, it probably wouldn't serve them well. So I need to address this. And so I think that homeschool moms who aren't miserable are addressing these things on a regular basis in a very loving way with their kids. So in that way, I do think homeschooling is not for the faint of heart. I really do believe that. I think that if you are up for being on the growth plan and becoming a better mom and you want to grow, homeschooling will force you to do it. Don't you guys agree? Yes.
Yeah. Prizgon says it's the hardest part of homeschooling for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And Laura Beth says, so loud, looking into loop headphones so I'm not an overstimulated freak-out monster.
Okay, don't buy the loops. Don't buy the loops. The problem with the loops, I have them, is that you can't chew. So anything, like not even a hard-boiled egg, it like you hear it in your ear. I bought loops, tried to make them work. I went past the time I could return them on Amazon. I ended up with like a $40 noise-reducing Bluetooth headphone. I don't know if you want Bluetooth around your ears. I tried to avoid having Bluetooth around my ears, but I ended up going that route because I could not handle the inner stimulation of the loops. Had anyone else here tried the loops? And you know what? I did buy the cheapest version of the loop. So maybe the fancy pants versions of the loop work better? Let me know if they do, because I would love to not have Bluetooth like between my ears. That can't be good for us.
Awake but not woke. I just take out my hearing aids. Works like it should.
Oh my goodness. That's right. I forget that you have hearing aids. Oh my goodness.
Brittany.
Okay, someone else hates the loops. Okay, do you have the fancy pants loops, or do you have the cheapos? I want to know. Okay.
Brittany says, how often do your kids play with others? Like, how many days a week? This is my struggle.
Okay, so child psychologists say that 2 to 3 times a week is absolutely appropriate for wonderful socialization for any child. We are conditioned as a society to think that our children need to be around 30 to 400 other children every single day, 5 days a week. And we think that is healthy socialization, to which I respond, what about the children like me when I was growing up, highly introverted, really, really difficult to be around all those crowds every single day? This is that deschooling that we're talking about. We've never known anything different. Even in the fancy pants private schools, your kid is still around 30, 20, whatever, other kids all day long, every single day. Now, fast forward to you being an adult. Do you need to be around all those people every day? It's like, for me, it's like I think about, what if I was at Disneyland every day? Like, I would hate that, right? So human beings do not need to, nor necessarily is it healthy for them or every one of them to be in crowds all day, every day. So I generally I'm satisfied with the job I'm doing, homeschooling, if my kids have 2 to 3 times a week with friends. A lot of you are in co-ops. That totally counts. Sports, whatever, like Awanas, anything like that, is absolutely healthy socialization. My kids are out playing with the neighbor kids after 3 p.m. every day. There you go. So, yeah.
Okay. We have
Irene, middle school.
Julie.
Did you see
Larson.
Irene, middle school?
I don't.
Okay. What was yours? Hold on, Irene.
Okay. Melanie has a lot of questions. I think she's in the group.
Yeah,
right?
but what's your question, Melanie?
She's like, does the group get paid? Is the group paid? So I don't know if she is. And Wicked Ticket
Okay.
says, what time is the Zoom call tomorrow? Interested in joining the group.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the group. Wait, Melanie, maybe you're not in the group. I think I remember emailing you today, though. Right? Because you had emailed me and I emailed you back, I think. Okay, here's the deal with the group. Okay, just listen up for a second so you can hear me out, because it's not for everybody, nor do I want everybody in there, okay? So, I was really struggling with several things. Number one, my consultations take like 4 to 5 hours. They're pricey. It's just the way that they are. Not everyone can afford a consultation. That breaks my heart, because I want to help the entire homeschool community, okay? So I had that problem where I wasn't reaching as many of you as I wanted to reach, to mentor and help and advise. Number two, I love doing these lives. I love them, but I cannot get to every question. And I don't know if you realize, I don't even see your real names. I'm seeing handles and all of that. So I don't actually know you. So I'm giving advice, and I am giving I'm an expert. I've been doing this for my entire career. I'm giving you the best advice I can without knowing you or knowing your child. So it's limited, right? And I don't get to every question. So that was an issue for me. I was like, I'm not connecting as much as I want to on the lives. And my third issue has been the comment sections in my videos. They're great, but you can't like mentor a mom in a comment section. So people had suggested to me, Christy, you should make a community, because you can charge monthly, which, by the way, the reason why I'm charging for this group is because I should. I give away so much for free daily on TikTok, on my lives all of the time. I think it's absolutely reasonable that if I know you and invest in you, that you should have some skin in the game too, right? Because anyway, so there should be a value to it. Uh-oh.
Keep talking.
Okay, can you guys hear me? We just got an Amber Alert. Is that going to go away? Okay, you guys, are you back? I just got an Amber Alert on my phone. Was that near us? Can you just, I want to make sure that I came back. Did I ever disappear?
There you are. You're back.
I'm back. Okay, good. So I got an Amber Alert on my phone. Did you see where that was?
No.
In Colorado? Okay. So, because sometimes they're not near me. Okay, good. I'm back. So anyway, so my challenge has been, how can I reach moms with how I can mentor you and help you and know you in an affordable way? And people were like, Christy, you need to start a community to do it. You need to start your own community. So I have. It's brand new. It started last week. And I've invited a couple people. There's people in the live tonight that are in it. Okay, yeah, Kelly, hi. We were texting last night, right? Okay, so, all right. So with the group, here's why you might not be a fit. Okay, this is what I'm starting right now, and it's open now, and I'm closing it December 15th. Okay, this is a founding members phase. This is moms I trust. That you can't be crazy. Like, you can't be a nutso mom, okay? Like, you need to know what you're in for. You get in the group. We're going to start getting to know each other. We're Zooming. You're connecting with the other founding members. And what we're doing together for the next 2 months is we are connecting with one another, building each other up, and we're hammering out the kinks of what this group is going to be. The group is launching for reals in the spring, early spring. Right now, we're looking at February. In February, it will be the real price. Right now, it's half price. So if you go to my link tree and you click on that, you're going to see two options. One says founding members, and then one says monthly membership. Don't click on the monthly membership. That's that February one. In February, there won't be that founding members tab to click. It'll be gone because the founding members phase is right now till December 15th. Now you're asking, why am I closing it on December 15th? The reason why I'm closing it is because I'm not interested in getting as many people in there as I can possibly get. I want the right people in there, and then I want to close it because onboarding people and getting to know the new people, it takes a lot of energy and time. So I want to have that phase where everybody's in, we close it, and then we get our heads down and we get to work and we really start connecting and building the foundation for the group. So we're this solid group that's the foundation when the group launches in February. I hope that all makes sense. If you're interested at all, you can go to my link tree and click the button. That doesn't mean you're buying anything. You can read it. You can read what it is. Right now, every Wednesday, we meet on a Zoom. And we're going to add another one. We're going to add some office hours with me every week in the founding members phase. So you could meet me and I can meet you and know you as early as tomorrow at noon.
Cool.
So anybody still here who's in the group? And then Melanie, I think she's not in the group yet. I think that we had emailed.
Yeah.
Did she say that?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I thought you were in there already. There's a bunch of people I still have to welcome.
Carolyn. She says, nutso mom? No. Hot mess mom? Yes.
Yes.
That's me.
Okay, then me too.
And she asks, and I think I know why, how do you handle homeschooling twins, building their independence from each other as well?
Did you know I have twins? Yeah. So I have had seasons where I cannot even teach them in the same room as each other. Yeah, I had these dreams of homeschooling my twins and like, I can kill two birds with one stone and I can just teach one lesson and then boom, they both get it. No. They are different learners. They compete with each other, which I'm working on. Okay. It's not, I'm working on it. I'm not perfect. Yeah. So homeschooling twins was not what I thought it was going to be. So it's basically like teaching separate kids. Did I, oh, someone can't teach. Oh, hi, Kendra. You can't teach your 4-year-old and your 7-year-old. Yeah, totally. I get it. Yeah. So, and by the way, like one of the rules for the group on the Zooms, because it's like so important that we show up. Like, I look at me now like I have earrings. No. You're going to see me in sweatpants and a top ponytail because this is real life. And I'm hopping on the Zoom and we're in a mentoring session. Like I had just finished homeschooling my kids 5 minutes before. It's very much a real place, especially with the founding members. You guys know my credentials. I don't need to look fancy for you to believe me. And it's just a place where we are just real. So,
Yeah.
So tomorrow I might look very different.
Somebody asked about the memory work. I think.
Oh yeah, memory work.
Asked about it too. Just like I'd like to know more about.
Okay, yeah, more about memory work. So memory work is something typically done with classical homeschooling. If you're new to homeschooling, there are 6 different styles of homeschooling, and classical schooling is one of those styles. Generally, classical schooling believes that having your kids memorize certain things in their early years provides pegs. They call them memory pegs for later in their life when they can connect the dots. So for example, my girls memorize skip counting. My girls memorize certain Latin declensions that they don't quite understand yet, but it doesn't matter because I've already seen the fruits of this with my older child. When they get to doing formal Latin, it's like it clicks like, oh yeah, I get this. This is easy. That's okay. I memorized that already as a kid. So we memorize skip counting. We also memorize history sentences because as we're reading in I do a living books approach to teaching history. And as we're reading these amazing stories in history, I like them to have a timeline in their head of stuff that they've memorized where they can kind of connect the dots and see a context. So that's something that is really common in classical homeschooling. And it's something that I haven't. So I'm an eclectic homeschooler. There's aspects of every style of homeschooling that I like, and I adopt that. Like, so for memory work, I definitely take a classical approach. For history, I'm certainly a Charlotte Mason gal. You guys know that already. For science, I'm pretty unschooly. I'm pretty interest-led when it comes to science. So yeah, and then unit studies, like right now, my December is basically always, it's unit study. I mean, technically, if I was to define it, because I do everything Christmassy. All the books I'm reading are Christmassy, like with the Holly and Ivy guide that I wrote. Oh, by the way, if you join the group, so my Holly and Ivy guide is $10 in my link tree, but when you join the group, you get it free. You get it like totally free. You get a coupon code. So you get a $10 gift like right when you join, which is kind of cool. And you can start that right away with your kids. So, in that way, I'm a unit study homeschool mama. So anyway, yeah, memory work.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is caffeinated and it's 8. And I will be able to sleep like a baby. Well, I'll report to you guys tomorrow.
Laura just joined the group.
Hi. Oh, Laura, yay! Good to have you in. Awesome.
Perfect. Okay, so let's see here. What's your advice on getting started with a 3-year-old?
My advice on getting started.
Lots of
yes.
young getting started.
I love the young mamas with the young kids. Advice on getting started with a 3-year-old. It's preschool, and you do preschool very gentle, not that much time per day. A lot of it is reading wonderful picture books, Early phonics, yes. Early counting skills, yes. And reading out loud, yes. And the rest is answering your child's questions and letting them explore to create wonder. Have them view the world as this really amazing, cool place to discover. And that will set your child on the track to being a lifelong learner, of loving learning. So, yes.
Just a couple hellos. Julie Blakeman.
Oh, good. I'm glad someone came in and said the 6 styles. Good, good, good. Yeah.
She said.
Oh, wait.
It's
Eclectic?
Eclectic, traditional unit study, Charlotte Mason classical. What's the other one?
Did you do unschooling?
No.
Yeah, unschooling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Julie Blakeman says
Hi.
she's in the private group, and she says
Julie.
she hope to be there tomorrow.
Yay! Good. Wait, Julie, did you get my comment on a video tonight? I'm just curious. Okay.
Yeah, and
because I think I commented to you. Anyway.
And Julie Larson.
Yay! Yay! Hi, Julie Larson.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, unschooling.
Yep. Vanessa, I love homeschooling so far. I struggle with the anxiety and being the cycle breaker.
Yes, all of us do. All of us do. In fact, when I got feedback regarding like, what do you need out of a community? It was overwhelmingly reassurance, the voices in our heads, like fighting the voices in our heads. And technically what we're going to be doing, like kind of forever, is deschooling. We're going to be deschooling each other. We're going to be looking at statistics and telling ourselves the truth, because what's ingrained in us is not true. And education is not information. We know this. We know it. We know it in our hearts, but often we don't know it in our heads. And then we freak out at the end of the day if our kid didn't learn enough, where we know that the learning all the things isn't the end goal. So we like straddle this fence. And so deschooling is going to be one of our main focuses in the community for sure, especially in the founders phase, because I want these founders to be able to turn into mentors in the real group once it launches. And so we have a lot of work to do, and I'm excited about it.
Kelly says, yes, my daily struggle.
Yeah, daily struggle. I get you, girl.
Michelle says,
hi, Michelle.
Amazing. I'm so glad I caught you online.
Yay! I'm glad you're here too.
And
what do you want to know? Ask me anything.
Court6107 over on Instagram says, I'm homeschooling my 5-year-old, but wanting to start my 7th grader, but I'm so nervous.
Okay. Homeschooling junior high. Yes. You can do it. What I would suggest, because you would be starting a 7th grader, never homeschooling a 7th grader before, is I want you to email me, because I want to give you a couple of online academies where if there are some subjects that you feel really insecure teaching, like for me, it's foreign language. I do not teach my kids foreign language. I sign them up for live online academies, and I want to share a couple of those with you because it's perfectly acceptable for, especially if you're starting out with your 7th grader, to pick 1 or 2 subjects that you don't teach at all. Your child is in an online live class with an amazing teacher and ends up having friends all over my son has friends all over the world. It's pretty cool. It adds to his socialization. I overheard him. We were in California and we were driving to the Monterey Bay Aquarium. And we had him, because we're a big family and we were with my in-laws, we drive in 2 cars. So like my in-laws are with 2 kids and then me and Scott are with 2 kids. Anyway, so we call each other all the time, like take this exit or whatever. Anyway, so we were calling them for something. And I overheard Lincoln explaining to his grandparents how he sounded like a college professor, how beneficial his online class is, and it's a great social outlet for me. And I was like hearing him explain what he loved about his class. So, and then and I can walk you through doing the other subjects together, but shoot me an email Yeah.
Yeah, she says, I'm so sorry I'm late to the live. What is this group?
Oh, yeah. The group is my new community. Yeah.
Where do I find it?
Okay, you go to my link tree and you click on the link. But here's the thing. Don't click the link that's the high price because the group is in founding members phase. So this is the other thing. Don't join if you're not ready to be a founding member, because being a founding member means that, so for the next, until December 15th, I'm opening enrollment for founding members only. Now, you can't be nuts. You can't be crazy. Like, seriously. Like, if you're psycho, I don't want you in there, okay? And because what we're doing is and then I'm closing it December 15th. And so we're going to have this bunch of founding members. That's where we're going to work out the kinks and really connect with one another and build a solid foundation for when the group actually launches in the spring. It's launching in February. When it launches in February, it will be full price. But if you want to join as a founding member, it is half price, but it's half price forever, for as long as you are in the group, as a thank you for being willing to work with me, watch me mess up, forgive me for messing up, and all the things. Like even today or yesterday, I was in the group trying to figure out when would be good times to do office hours. Like all those kinks are going to be worked out when we launch in the spring. But for right now, we're working all that out together. But to make sure that you're getting your money's worth right away as a founding member, you're going to have tons of FaceTime with me and Zoom calls with me. So, which is way an amazing benefit. And we're going to get to know each other and you're going to really connect with other founding members. So if you're interested, if you feel insecure in your homeschool journey, if you don't have support, maybe not a supportive family, maybe you don't even have a supportive spouse, if you are constantly questioning yourself, if you're worried about ruining your kid, if you're, then this might be the group for you. So you can join, and right now it's half off. It'll never be half off again because there'll never be a founding members phase again. So it's literally just opened last week. So hit my link in my bio.
And it's 8:15, so we're done.
Oh, it's 8:15, you guys. Okay, last questions.
Hi from the UK. How many minutes should a 7-year-old homeschooler be doing of math, English, science per day, please?
Okay, math, English, science. So I'm a big believer in Charlotte Mason, what she wrote about this. She believed that no child in the elementary years should be spending more than 15 minutes on any one subject. And the reason why she wrote on this is she observed the attention spans of children. So if we want our children, so let me get a little bit philosophical right now on you, okay? If we want our children to love learning, there is an attention span. We all have a certain attention span, and we want to stop. Okay, so say this is the attention span. We want to have our kid do a lesson, and we want to stop the lesson right here. We don't want to go, oh, here, where this is, right here is boredom. We don't want them here, ever. We want them to be excited, stop. Because that way they will always associate learning with joy and excitement and happiness, not droning on and on and on. The other thing that I think is like super important is that you don't add on work if your kid finishes early. So because sometimes I tell my kids, okay, do 2 pages in your math book today. Sometimes those pages have next to nothing on them, right? And I didn't look ahead. I'm a huge believer. I'm not going to say, oh, you finished so early, let's do another page. That's not being honest with them, right? And so you also have to oh, great, awesome, what a fun day, what a treat, you got to finish early. And then you're done, okay? Because tomorrow's another day and whatever. So it's really important as well that you're not stretching your kid beyond their capacity because you're stressed out about finishing the curriculum. This is part of the deschooling that we're talking about. The stress of not finishing the curriculum. There's no sense finishing the curriculum when your kid is miserable. They're not going to retain it, right? So it's better to cover, I did a video on this, it's way better to cover less material and go more in depth and have a better understanding of that material than to cover way too much, right? It's like the difference between a mile wide and an inch deep rather than an inch wide and a mile deep. You want an inch wide and a mile deep in your learning.
Amira Angel asks, is there an age limit on our kids for us to join the group?
No, there is not an age limit. So we have, okay, this is what's cool, is I've asked some moms to come and join, and they have, who homeschooled all of their children, and they have graduated their children. I have asked them to be in there as mentors. They are in there. I have second generation homeschoolers in there, which I think is a very valuable perspective. What second generation means is that they were homeschooled themselves and now they are homeschooling their own kids. We need to hear from these women as well, right? We need to hear from them. What their moms did right, what they didn't, that type of a thing. I have a friend, Katie, who's her kid's high school. She's in the group. So we have moms in there who've graduated their kids who are going to be able to mentor you. We have kids who, all the way down to moms who their kids aren't even homeschool age yet. What's cool about the group is that you can find women who have your same age kids. But what's best and what I'm most excited about is this diversity, because let me put it this way. So I've been in moms groups where it's like kind of like the blind leading the blind. Like we're all had these babies and we're all like, I'm so tired, right? And what we really needed was older mentors in there to tell us, like, you got this. Let me hold your baby so that you can drink your coffee, right? And so I think it's really important that, yes, you're going to make friends in my group with other moms with kids your same age, but you're also going to benefit from the mentoring from moms who are way ahead of you, who have even graduated their kids, to be able to walk you through, like, okay, what does high school look like when you homeschool? Are my kids going to be weird? Like, are your kids weird? That type of a thing. So
Tyler Brown just popped.
Hi, Tyler.
Us dads too.
Okay,
Dads
sorry.
too.
Tyler, wait, everyone give Tyler some hug, some love right here. Give him some love. So he is my dad, and he's totally legit. He's not a weirdo. He's not a crazy. Tyler, you just hopped in. I was telling people, like, you can join, but you can't be a crazy, okay? So we do have, and Scott, my husband, is in there with Tyler, and we love having the homeschool dads in there. So.
Yep. And Be Kind Rewind says, will the group help with gifted kids too?
Yes. Oh my goodness. You guys. So here's the thing. Did you know that the outcomes for gifted children are very similar to the outcomes of kids with learning disabilities? The risk factors are very, very similar because these are kids who think differently. And then, of course, we have the kids who are twice exceptional, which is so awesome, meaning they're gifted, and then they also have, ADHD, or maybe they're on the spectrum or whatever. So, yeah, absolutely.
Kelly just signed up.
Okay, yay, Kelly!
Yeah.
Wait, Kelly from Colorado?
Yeah, I think so.
Yay! I'm so glad.
Sophie.
We might meet in person one day, because I think you're close to me.
Parker, yeah.
Yeah.
Sophie says, what about working moms?
Yeah, well, I'm one. I'm a working mom. Yeah. I already made a tag in the group for posts for moms who work. You'd be surprised how many of us work. Even if it's a side hustles can take like 20 hours a week. A lot of us work and contribute to I work full time, but I work from home, so I get to choose my hours. But by choosing, I mean I get up at 4:45 every morning. If you ever need to get a hold of me, it's 4:45. You can always text me. No, I won't text back because I center myself. Okay. Any more questions?
Let's see. There was one other person who wanted to get started with. I'm starting homeschooling my 2-year-old, struggling to find out what and how to teach him.
Okay.
So suggested the free guide.
Yeah. So, you guys, okay, let's talk about free things right now. Let's talk about what you can get free. 1, I have a 26-page how to homeschool guide. It's completely free. And But I have some things in there for moms or dads, Tyler, who are currently homeschooling. Like I explained loop scheduling in there. So if loop scheduling is something that you haven't heard of before or are curious about, get that guide because I explain loop scheduling in there. And then another freebie is what I put together with Mary Wilson. We love Mary, don't we? Mary Wilson and Colleen Kessler. You don't know Colleen Kessler? Okay, did you guys see the video that I did where we made a recipe and we handed the bowl? The girl in the middle is Colleen Kessler. She's a homeschool rock star, okay? Like uber famous lady. And we put together a freebie for Advent. It's completely free. You can get it in my link tree. We're talking about what you can get for free right now. What this Advent calendar is for every day in December, we've already planned for you activities that you can do with your kids. So you don't have to do any internet researching. We've done all the brainstorming. We even have games in there, like we have a scavenger hunt for when you're driving around looking at Christmas lights. You literally just print this thing out and your entire month of Advent activities is planned for you. I was in charge of, quite a few things, but particularly doing the crafts. And I made sure that there was crafts for our little bitty kids, our middle kids, and then even high schoolers. I really feel like high schoolers are missed in the homeschooling world, and they're cool. And they like doing things like advanced quilling and making cards and stuff like that. So anyway, so grab that Advent countdown. It's free. So I have a free homeschool guide and the Advent countdown. And don't buy the Holly and Ivy guide from me. Oops, did I disappear, you guys? Okay, don't buy the Holly and Ivy guide from me because if you join my group, you immediately get it for free. You get a coupon code for my store and you get to download it for free. So don't buy that from me if you're planning to join my group. Okay. So you immediately get like a $10 gift.
And
okay.
Yeah.
Did I overtalk?
No, you're good.
Okay. Do I talk too much?
Tyler says Liam loves his loop schedule.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now you made a cool one for Liam, because you're like a programmy guy. Like you made an awesome loop schedule, Tyler. Yeah, I remember talking to you about that.
Someone else said would love to hear more on homeschooling only or single children.
Yes. Okay. So there are people in my group that are homeschooling onlys. There's a lot of people who do it, and they do it all the way through high school, and you can do it. So have no fear. Okay. And the way you do it looks different. It really, really does, but you can do it. Cool. Okay. All right. I've been on a long time. I've been on an hour and a half, and I don't want to leave because I love every second of it and I love connecting with you. If you want to homeschool our kids together, if you want to homeschool in community with me and you're not a nutso psycho person, think about joining as a founding member in my community. I'm going to close the founding membership on December 15th, and it will be closed forever. Right now is a window. And you will get half price, and that price will be stuck with you for as long as you are in the group forever. When the group launches for reals in February, the price will be the normal price, which is double what you could pay now. But here's the thing, I don't want everyone in there. You have to be willing. Read what a founding member is, because we're going to be partnering together to build a foundation for this community. So it's not for everyone. Okay, nor do I want everyone in there. It's really for people, you need to read the description before you sign up, okay?
And Courtney from Instagram just joined.
Hi, Courtney from Instagram. You joined, yay! Okay, so I will see you guys who just joined. I will see you guys tomorrow on Zoom. Like, we'll meet each other tomorrow, okay? And I can't wait. I cannot wait. All right, you guys. I will see you tomorrow in the group, or I'll see you on another time on a live. All right. I love you guys. Have a great night. Be confident in your homeschooling choice. Never hesitate to email me and reach out to me. Okay. I try to answer every email. All right. Love you guys. Okay. Bye.